What's up, Raiders? I'm back again here today with a little Scyl of the Drakes Champion Showcase video. But before we get to that, let's be formal and thank you guys for all of the likes, subscribes, and comments on the videos. I really do appreciate all of that. And before we get to the actual Scyl of the Drakes part of it, I would actually like to ask you guys, what do you guys think about this new fusion? I'm not gonna be going for Emic. Yeah, Emic is his name. I'm only gonna be going for this Firgun Isbel. Dwarves. You can never say that name right. But I've got a pretty good idea that this is gonna be one of the type of champions that you're gonna have to use to defeat this guy in arena. So I'm definitely gonna go for her at the very least. So yeah, tell me what you guys think about this fusion if you're going for it, and what your thoughts are on those champions, and then we can discuss it. Let's go. Scyl of the Drakes. So first off, I've got her in a pretty predictable set. Uh, the stats and everything is really reachable. It's not. I just grinded a very, very, very long time to get her stats to this part. I was lucky and pulled a mythical resist banner for her. As you guys can see, I did not focus on accuracy. But before we get to the actual items, let's go to the skills and check her out for all of the new players out there. Very, very beautiful champion this, and she is used everywhere. 5 out of 5 everywhere. So, A1 attacks one enemy, has a 20% chance of placing a 30% decreased speed debuff for 2 turns. Also has a 30% chance of decreasing the target's turn meter by 15%. Now that doesn't sound like a lot, guys, but believe me, it does help a lot. A2 attacks all enemies 2 times. Each hit has a 20% chance of placing a stun debuff for 1 turn. Now you'll see a lot of people putting Scyl of the Drakes in a stun set just for this ability to increase the amount of stuns that you get out of this champion. And also those people will more often than not build accuracy as well. But if you're not a spender, and for the most part like me, then you will probably opt to go for the resistance route instead of the stun route, because you need her to stay alive. And healer and reviver is no good if they keep getting stunned, so you will go resistance. Then the A3 revives an ally with 50% HP and places a 50% ally protection buff on them for 2 turns. Now, in my personal opinion, that is a very good quality of her to help that champion she just revived stay alive. However, if I fight against the Scyl of the Drakes, I usually use this ability of hers against her, because then if the Scyl of the Drakes is too strong to just take out, I will take out one of the easier champions, wait for her to revive them, and then just kill that champion again, and she will be taking a lot of damage from that because of this ally protection buff, which is it should be illegal, but it is an easier way to take out Scyl of the Drakes. Then her passive heals all allies by 10% of their max HP at the start of each turn. Also places a 30% increased speed buff on a random ally for 2 turns. Again, a very useful buff to have on your champions. I've seen a few times where all of my champions had 2 turn increased speeds on them, so it's an awesome buff. Then I went for the blessing. I actually went with Miracle Heal, because one of the biggest problems is if you're up against champions that destroy max HP. If you've got a defensive team like me and they're slowly chipping away at your max HP, it becomes a problem. So I Went with Miracle Heal for that 50% chance to restore destroyed max HP when healing. And since Scyl of the Drakes has that nice passive heal of 10% of their max HP at the start of each turn, that of her turn. Please keep in mind, every time she takes a turn, she places a 10% healing on all of your allies. So, uh, Artifacts, Masteries. Which one's first? Let's get this out of the way. So, next up, Masteries. I went with defense and support trees. I will be going through them now again and just telling you guys what these buffs are. And at the end of it, you guys should pretty much be able to see why I chose these. Let's call them buffs. On the defense side, I started with Tough Skin, defense plus 75. Again, your Reviver needs to stay alive, so you're gonna build them to survive just about everything. I should actually spend a little bit more time on this champion of mine, but you know how it goes. Then next up, Rejuvenation increases the amount of healing and the value of shield buffs this champion receives by 5%. I have another champion that's responsible for the shields, and I also have a Battle Khazar that places a whole bunch of healing, continuous healing buffs, so that also helps to keep her alive. And then we've got Blast Proof, decreases damage received from AoE attacks by 5%. It helps a lot in Clan Boss. She's pretty much always either the last or the second last one to die. Then we have Shadow Heal. Heals this champion by 6% of their max HP each time an enemy is healed. Occurs once per turn. Now again, with the items I've got on her, this is one of the most irritatingest buffs that you can have in the game. I mean, try taking out Ultimate Death Knight with the Shadow Heal ability. It's a nightmare because every time your team heals, he heals too. it's really irritating to take out a champion like that's built the way my Scyl is with this Shadow Heal. That was that one, yes. Okay, next, Delay Death. Reduces the damage this champion receives from a specific enemy by 0.75% with each hit taken from that enemy. Damage reduction stacks up to 6% for each enemy. Again, all of this is just about surviving. You do not want her to die, and you do not want her to be stunned or frozen or anything like that, because then she can't revive your allies. Then Cycle of Revenge has a 50% chance of increasing the turn meter by 15% when an ally is attacked with a critical hit. Will only increase the turn meter once if an ally receives multiple critical hits from a single skill. All about the survivability and healing. As a 50% retribution. Has a 50% chance to counterattack when this champion loses 25% of their max HP or more from a single enemy skill. I just went with this to put in a last ditch effort, you know. If she does take a little bit extra damage, there's no harm in doing a little bit of extra damage back. Then on the support side, first one is Steadfast. Extra max HP of 810, which is always nice, especially in a regen set. Lay on Hands. Ooh, that almost sounds kinky. Increases the value of heals this champion costs by 5%. So now instead of 10% every time she heals, it's 15%. Nice. Next up, Healing Savior. Increases the amount of healing and the value of shield buffs placed by this champion by 10% if the target ally has 40% HP or less. So if you're healing an ally that has 40% or less HP, he gets an extra 25% healing from Scyl of the Drakes every time she takes a turn. Whether she's stunned or not, it's irrelevant. When she takes a turn, he's gonna get that 25% healing. then, rapid response has a 30% chance of increasing the turn meter by 10% when a buff caused by this champion is removed or expires. She does do a bit of buffs here and there. Then Merciful Aid increases the amount of healing and the value of shield buffs placed by this champion by 15% if the target ally has stun, sleep, fear, true fear, or freeze debuffs. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I can tell you now that you will be getting a lot of stun, sleep, fear, true fear, and or freeze debuffs in arena. Not to mention the Hydra Clan boss and even Doom Tower, and all of this extra healing. It just all comes together as a massive healing base. That was that one, yeah. Then Cycle of Magic has a 5% chance of decreasing the cooldown of a random skill by 1 turn at the start of every turn. Again, very good. You want her to be able to use her revival as soon as possible if you're in a tough fight. Lasting Gifts has a 30% chance to extend the duration of any buff caused by this champion by 1 turn. It will not extend block damage, unkillable, revive on death, or taunt. Wonderful, because this champion doesn't do any of those. But she does do increase speed buff, so that is very useful on that. And then for the tier 6 mastery, we went with Timely Intervention. Increases the champion's turn meter by 20% whenever an ally hero drops below 25% HP. Again, you want her to be fast and you want her to be able to get to using her abilities to save your champion's life. Then, I went with speed and regen set on her. You will also see that I prioritized speed, HP, and defense as much as possible. On some of the items, I do have a bit of crit rate. I'm trying to get her to 100% crit rate as of recently to see maybe she can do a little bit of extra damage with all of the healing, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to be too worried about it. I will much rather just get her HP all the way up to as high as possible, with her defense also as high as possible. Then you see there I've got a crit rate 19%, double roll, awesome. Speed, single roll, again you need her fast. Okay, on the shield I also have 20% crit rate, double roll, accuracy, and resist. Accuracy wasn't really that impressive for me because I'm not gonna be pushing the accuracy on her, but the resistance plus 27 with some extra glyphs. Then on the gloves I went with HP percentage. You guys can see it's not the best glove. I can really, if I just had the patience to go and grind Fire Knight, I would be able to grind for these items and probably get an even better item sets, but I don't like Fire Knight. I can't auto it yet. I still need to manual it and it's irritating, so no judgment. And then on the chest I went with resistance. Sadly I got a double roll on attack percentage here. I would have preferred it on defense percentage. That would have been a bit better. Again, I'm not grinding Fire Knight as much as I should. And then I've got obviously speed boots on, and the ascended part gave me HP percentage, which is nice. I like that. Then for the ring I went defense. Again I got some attacks, the stats here, nothing major. I'm probably gonna check for some better items, accessories at a later stage. I went with a HP banner, and I had a nice double roll on resist here. And then, as I showed you guys earlier, I've got a mythical resist banner on her with some pretty decent substats. I would have preferred to get the rolls on the HP here again, but sadly I got it on attack. So I'm good. I'm just gonna be happy with that. I'm not a big spender in this game, sadly, but it's fun. I grind away, and I'm actually pretty close to ranking up in the arena, and then I'm gonna be making a whole video on how I went from bronze all the way up to the highest rank in arena with really next to no spending on the game. I got lucky and, as you can see, pulled a Helicath, but there are many other block damage champions out there and so on which you can also use. And I'm also busy working on a new arena team instead of the one that I'm currently using. I actually did make some changes recently to it as well. But yeah, that's it, guys. I took you guys through this beautiful, beautiful champion. I even made a little, I don't know, intro video for this video that I'm probably gonna be posting like 5 minutes before I actually post the champion showcase video, and then you guys will be able to see that too. I think it really looks awesome. I made her wiggle a bit for the video. uh, I don't want your lightning offers. Leave me alone. Anyway, guys, if you guys stayed to this point in the video, thanks a lot for watching. I really do appreciate all of the views and likes and comments. So please don't be afraid. If you have questions and I know the answer, ask me and I will respond. Or even if I don't have the answer, I will try and get it and be able to answer you. Anyway, good luck, guys, and I hope to see you guys on the next video.